Welcome back, everybody. My name is Grace, or Gibby, whatever you prefer, and today I'm here to showcase a niche gameplay mechanic that you can use to get guaranteed celerity free to play. Now, guaranteed celerity is a rare thing to come by. Shadow Feeder Pendant is the most prominent celerity source for free to play players. However, it's unreliable and it has a chance to succeed. And it's not full success rate, it's not 100% accurate, but it can give celerity. And it's a very strong tool. But there's occasions where, at least when I'm playing the game, I know that I need celerity. And if I spend a bunch of SP on Shadow Feeder Pendant, it might not serve my purposes as well, rather than if I could just know I was getting celerity for a slightly higher SP cost. So, there's two easy ways to solve this issue. One, you can use the Knightmare armor. So if you set up the toggles correctly, when you use the Relentless Knightmare skill, it'll lock your attacks to ice, and the Knightmare Realm's power grants you an extra turn. The monster can't resist that, you can't fail the celerity save, you simply get to attack twice. However, this armor locks you to ice damage, and it locks you to 0 proc weapons. Because if you use a proc weapon, and I'm just going to hope that I get lucky, but if you use a proc weapon and the proc goes off, you won't actually get celerity. I don't have 100 proc in my inventory. Hold on. Alright, so we're back, and as you can see, I have a spoon, which is a 100 proc wand. So I'm going to attack with it, and I won't be given celerity. So if you're using a 20 proc or a 100 proc, for some reason, you won't be able to use Knightmare Armor's celerity. That being said, it does have the benefit that you're able to switch armors to another armor after the attack. So you can use an offensive ice skill and then perhaps switch to a fire armor if you're fighting a fire monster. Now H-Series is basically like a better version of the Knightmare armor. You toggle on your overdrive, you attack, you deal energy damage. Oh. I'd already attacked that turn. But now that I have a full turn, I attack, I can do my energy damage. I can switch armors to whatever armor I like. And what I'm about to show you is that you can also use this armor with 100 procs. As long as your character doesn't attack, whether it's a special, a 0 proc attack, or even some very niche miscs and spells, it will count as doing an attack, and you'll be able to get the celerity. And you can switch armors in the middle. Now there's a third way to get celerity guaranteed from a free-to-play armor, and that is Matchmaker. Now first of all, Matchmaker has the disadvantage of being ugly as hell. But it also has the disadvantage of costing 25% more SP, locking you to the armor for 2 turns until the monster next attacks, and it ramps up in cost throughout the fight. So you'll see that cost me 490 SP. And let's see. How much SP did I just lose? I can't count. But the SP cost should ramp up potentially. Hold on, I'm going to fact check that. Okay, so I was actually looking at the old info subs. They changed it so that the speed or the cost no longer ramps up. So this does cost more, but the reason it costs more now is because it gives your pet and guest celerity as well. So you could view that as a pro. However, it does lock you to the armor, and I believe it gives you a -12 blind, or like a -9 blind for 2 turns, for a couple turns. So it has drawbacks. However, what if you want celerity in an armor that isn't Matchmaker, H-Series, or Knightmare? Well, to get it guaranteed without a save roll, what you need is a shield cake, which is a package item. There are no other items or no other accessible items that I can remember that give you guaranteed celerity in any armor. However, there is a way to get around this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use H-Series, and so I have a warrior stats. Actually, I want to make sure he doesn't die, so I will use this wand again. I have overdrive toggled on, and I'm going to make sure my SP bar is topped up. So first, I get Celerity. I spend like 392 SP on H series Celerity, and now I have 0 turns of Celerity left, or I have 1 round of Celerity left for the player. If I then switch to Matchmaker, you can see what will happen is I'll use the skill. You close your eyes, let the powers of love flow through you, and I now have 2 turns of Celerity. So, I can attack the monster. The monster will attack me. Since the monster attacked me, I'm no longer locked to the Matchmaker armor, and I can switch to, say, a utility armor. Let's imagine I wanted to heal up in Angelic Robes. I could drink a health potion, and then because I have the Celerity from the previous turn from Matchmaker, I can drink another health potion. Now obviously, someone with a warrior build probably wouldn't switch to Angelic Robes and drink 2 healing potions. However, you can do whatever you want with this Celerity. And it only works with H series or Knightmare plate, switching into Matchmaker. If you use H series and you attack, and then you go to Knightmare plate, did I set it to? I did, okay. You go to Knightmare plate and you attack, you don't get 2 rounds of Celerity because H series and Knightmare both have a line built in that if you already have Celerity, they don't grant you Celerity. However, Matchmaker does not have that line built in, that line of code built in. So, you can use H series, get Celerity, your Celerity is spent, you switch to Matchmaker, use the skill. Because you already acted twice, you can't act a 3rd time, so the Celerity is drawn over to the next round. This lets you have guaranteed Celerity in any armor of your choice. However, the cost is that you're locked to a fire armor for at least 1 turn. So you have to tank the monster or use it on a charge up turn in a fire armor for at least 1 turn to get this guaranteed Celerity. So I think this is extremely useful because it's one of 2, which I'm about to show, ways that a player can get 100% every time Celerity in any armor of their choosing. I can use the Armor of Awe skill. Well, you can't because it's once per turn, or quick cast and it can't be stacked. I could use Neko and gather 2 sets of charges. I could use Santa Avenger and do 2 nukes. And there's no RNG dependence on something like Shadow Feeder. That being said, it is very SP cost heavy. You're going to be spending 392 SP on H series or Knightmare plate, and then also 490 SP on Matchmaker. So it is very cost intensive, but it does give you that utility to be able to use Celerity in any armor of your preference. Now, what if I told you there was another way to get Celerity in any armor? This one was discovered, or at least publicly announced, by Chris07. I'll link that channel in the description if I remember. If I don't remember, tell me in the comments, so I'll do it later. But if you have Celerity's Overdrive toggled on, so H series, Overdrive toggled on, and you have the clone pet, and you skip your turn, either by casting a spell, doing a draw mana effect on a tome, or drinking a health potion, so anything that skips your turn, what'll happen? Oh, apparently I already had Celerity. Apparently I got it last turn, I forgot. But if you'll notice, my clone attacked, the Overdrive Onslaught grants you an extra turn. So let's look in the battle log. I'm trying to look. So the clone is my name because it's a buggy ass pet, but it dealt 16 magic water damage and lost 392 SP. So I lost 392 SP and I got Celerity for the next turn. So now I was in H series, and now I only paid 392 SP. Oh, there's my cat. And now I can use any armor that I like, any utility armor, any nuke armor, and I have guaranteed Celerity from the previous turn. Now, like Matchmaker, this does have the drawback that you have to tank in an energy ice wind armor. So if you're against something that's not those elements, or you're not able to stun the monster, this will cause you to take some damage. But I think that can be situationally very worth it to get Celerity in an extremely strong armor like Santa Avenger, the Kringle armor, excuse me, or another utility armor. I think this combo of using H-Series or Knightmare plate into Matchmaker or H-Series into Little Clone is actually the strongest utilized by mages, ironically, because mages can use generalist robes with Celerity to do crazy things. But I thought I would highlight this method, which is two different ways. One using H-Series or Knightmare plate and then comboing it with Matchmaker to get guaranteed Celerity, and the other is using H-Series and comboing it with the Little Clone pet to get guaranteed Celerity in any armor of your choice. Both situations have drawbacks. The first one has a very high SP cost and makes you tank in a fire armor, and the second one has a medium SP cost and makes you tank in an energy armor and waste one of your pet turns. But I think that both have very strong uses for the average player. If they're trying to nuke a boss, and maybe the boss boost doesn't let Shadow Feeder Pendant's roll succeed, or the stats are very strong against Shadow Feeder Pendant, so it can be more efficient to use these methods to get Celerity than rolling on RNG. So that's pretty much it. These are two very little known ways to get guaranteed Celerity, and I thought I would showcase them here. Maybe I'll utilize them in a later video, but the gist of it is you get guaranteed Celerity in any armor of your choice, so that you can use a strong ability twice, you can use utility skills, like maybe use Dark Invader's Choke twice, Choke and Elevuln twice, or something like that. The options are limitless. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, or if you have any optimizations or changes for this strategy. Let me know down in the comments. Have a great day, spread some peace and love, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.